So the list detail pattern is one of the most important and one of the most common software development design patterns that you will ever see. And think about it. Google search is a list detail pattern. Facebook feeds are a list detail pattern. Essentially, it is a list, and when you want to find more things out about that thing in the list, you click it and you go to a detail page. And this is what ours will look like. We will have the actual list of running clubs, and when we want to actually go to a specific running club, we will click it and we will be shown details about Charlotte Running Club, where it's at, a nice little picture, and in our case, events that are tied to this actual running club. So let's go ahead and let's start building out this detail page for our clubs. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to create a get endpoint, and we don't need a post endpoint at this point, only a get. So first I'm going to go into here, declare a get mapping. I'm going to give this a /clubs, and I'm going to make it so that we pass in the club ID here in order to actually get to the detail page, because we need this ID to actually get the actual detail from the database. So we'll go public string, and I'm going to call this club detail. Next, what we're going to have is, this is where we're going to pass in all the parameters that are going to allow us to get this to the database. So we'll go here, we will go path variable, and we are going to pass in a club ID. And that ID is going to be a long of club ID. And we will also pass in our model so that we can get access to the model attribute. Next, we're just simply going to go to our database, and because it's a detail page, we need to get the actual club for the club detail. So we're going to go into here, we're going to go club service, find by club ID, and we're going to pass in a club ID. That looks good. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to have our model add attribute, and we need to be able to get this data to the web page, and that's how we're going to do it, by binding it through this model attribute. So we have club DTO, and we are going to return a club detail. So we'll go clubs detail. That looks great. So now we need to actually create the HTML for this. So we're going to go within our resources, we go to our templates, go new, and we're going to go HTML file, and this is where we're going to have our clubs detail. The next thing that we need to do is, as usual, we need to get access to our template. So I'm just going to take this template, copy it from any of the actual clubs, detail, create, update, list, whatever, and then just paste it into the actual detail, just like this. And then just clear out everything inside of the actual fragment. So within our section right here, just go ahead and clear it out. And you can get rid of this py5 as well too. Okay, so that looks good. Now what we need to do is you need to go find this template, or actually I'll leave a link down below, and this is the template that I actually used. You can preview it, or you can view the source code on GitHub. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste all of this code from within that template into the actual web page. So here's what mine actually looks like right here. So I went ahead and downloaded it. I'm going to go to the view page source, and I'm going to copy everything except for the header. So I'm going to go ahead down here, get everything except for the header. I'm going to copy it, go back to IntelliJ, and I'm just going to copy and paste all of this within here and see what it looks like. So I'm just going to go ahead and run it really quick. Hopefully it looks okay. So I'm bring this over here. So we'll go clubs, go clubs.1, and that looks great. But the only thing is that there seems to be some kind of issue down here with the HTML. So I'm going to try and figure that out really quick. Okay, and I figured out the problem. You want to get rid of the main. You also want to get rid of the H100, and you want to go down here and make sure you get rid of the other main, just like this. So get rid of the other main, and let's go ahead and run it. Make sure So let's go over here. We'll go clubs. We'll type in a 1 and looking good. So let's go ahead into here and let's actually start populating this with properties from our model. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to change this welcome to blog home to th text, and I'm actually going to give this the title name. So I'm going to go into here and I'm going to say blog or club dot title. So say club dot title. Then I'm going to go into here and I am going to put this with just some filler text. This model is a bit barren, but we can just populate this with some filler text just to kind of make it look okay and not look terrible. Okay, so let's go into here and let's add the th source so that we can actually see the image. So we will go into here and we'll say th source, so club, and we will say photo URL. So this is the actual photo URL for the photo. Here is where we can have the created on. So we can say that this, so th text is equal to, let's see here, club dot created on, and that will look okay. We can say about this club, about this running club. Okay. And then we can put into here, we can also put content as well too. So we can say content, and this will be th text dot content. So we'll say th text is equal to club dot content. Okay, and then here is where we can have a delete button so that the admins can delete this if need be. This will be hidden from everyday users, but this will also, we can just put our delete button, and because that is actually what is coming up next. And then here we can just change these to events because we are going to be having events instead of actual post. And just to make this look a little bit better, we can change this to event so that it doesn't look terrible. So event title, and then here, this is the pagination, this is the search. We can actually change these categories. So we can just call this road runner. We can call this trail, and we can call this marathon, and get rid of these. So we can also just get rid of these ones to make it look a little bit better. This will just be some kind of side widget. So let's just fire this up and see what it looks like. Doesn't have to be perfect, just needs to look good enough. And I think that looks great. A little bit barren, but eventually once there's enough data, it will really start looking good. So our app is looking good, but we don't have any links to go from our list page to our detail page. Also, we've got broken links up here. So let's go ahead and let's start fixing some of these links. First thing that you want to do is go into your layout folder, and start changing some of the navbar links. So we're going to go into here, and we are going to get rid of this href and put it with a href. So we're going to go th, we're going to have href right here. We're going to have a link expression. So this is a link expression, and it will have a slash in it for the home. It's supposed to be thref. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to go down here. We want to do the same thing, but for our clubs. So we're going to have clubs right here. And then we're also going to have events. We might have a directory. I'm not really sure, but we'll just put that for filler. So we're going to go here, and this will be an events, and we're going to make our events here in a second. So we might as well add that. Also, we need to go up to here, and we need to add this as well too. And that's supposed to be a thref. So let's go ahead and run it, and let's make sure that it is working. So bring this over here. Let's go ahead and let's click over on it, and our clubs are working. Our index page is actually working well as well too. We don't have one, so that's what it should show. So next we need to go to our list page, and we need to actually add the button for the details. So we're going to go to our actual list page. Then we're going to go up here, and we're just going to take this view and paste it up above the actual edit button. and we will have the view button right here. We will go back and change all of this. So we'll just have the clubs. We will not have the actual edit. And for this one, all that we're going to have, just going to have the club ID. So we're going to have the club ID, and let's go ahead into here. Let's test it out, make sure that it is working. So bring this over. We've got our view. So let's go ahead and test out our view. Got our test. We've got it looking good. Anyways, that's going to be the video for today. Next video, we are going to be moving on to actually how to delete our running club. Hope that you guys enjoyed it. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and as always, thank you for watching.